All right, we are here with Kaiser Gogeta for the Saturday Night Champion. And here's the first question: why did you decide to play Shaddolls tonight?
Uh, well, they're one of the new decks, obviously, and they were the archetype that I felt drawn to because they use their the main strategy is to fusion summon, and anytime you can fusion summon, and then also like tech in cards like Kaiser, which I've always been a fan of. That was what kind of drew me to play Shadow.
With the popularity of Stellar Knight, Burning Abyss, and Yang Zing being just as high as Shaddolls, did you feel that you were prepared for those matchups?
Well, Yangzing kind of sucks, so they're not really doing anything right now. But as far as Burning Abyss and Stellar Knight, um, that that basically just comes down to side decking because I know Burning Abyss they can basically just float until you run out of fusion material. So you basically have to play smart. Try not to get them Dante looping and stuff like that. And then as far as Stellar Knights go, I mained three Valor, so that was to help me, I guess, combat the Altair searches. The Altair summons, the Neb searches. But as far as that deck goes, if you know you're playing Stellar Knights and you go turn one window and you can protect it, that's basically game.
All right. Now, did you also feel prepared for decks that they don't use the extra, such as Prophecy and Bujin?
Bujin, I felt okay against because I have the triple Lightmare and I have Super Poly on the side, so I can always bring that in. Prophecy, to be honest, that I feel like that deck would give me the most trouble, only because they can just continuously search their cards, and if I can like drag in their tower or stuff like that, because I don't have any like anti-search like Ryo or Mistake in the side, so that deck could definitely give me the most trouble I can see. But fortunately, I didn't run into any on Saturday.
That Super Poly for game though, it was epic.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure, exactly, yeah.
All right. So, why Mathematician over Armageddon Knight?
See, like, it's funny because like as the like right when the deck was about to become TCG legal, people were saying, yeah, Mathematician over Armageddon Knight because it has the 100 extra attack, you get the draw, it's a one card Black Rose, they can't super poly you, because it's Earth as opposed to Dark, and then like as we got closer to you know tournaments like such as this ARG that I think is either just finished or still going on, people are like, you know what, you can also use Armageddon Knight because they're saying like, oh, the 100 less attack doesn't matter, the draw doesn't really hurt you in the scheme of things because you can always you can soul charge Armageddon Knight and get pluses off those, whereas you can't soul charge Mathematician, to really do anything besides get you the draw. But obviously people can play around that. And also Armageddon Knight is a if you have fusion in your hand, Armageddon Knight is basically a turn one should all fusion into window because you mill the Falco or whatever. But as far as why I chose Mathematician was because I felt more comfortable with it. I like having the one card Black Rose, and then whenever you drop Mathematician, they're like people will always want to break through skill that or having it on the field. They're gonna do stuff to either banish it. People might use a deep prison against it. I've had people do that before. So anytime people can use their breakthrough skills or deep prisons against Mathematician and not Winda, I'm golden. So that's mainly why I chose to go with Math.
All right. With Shaddolls being used with combination of they're being used a lot in different combinations. I mean, just ARG
Yep.
alone, we're seeing Shadal's combined with dragons, and then we see them with the artifact engine. That being said, so why is Effect Veiler your go-to light monster, and what benefits does it have over the artifact engine?
Well, I tested out all of those. I tested artifacts, the mini dragon dudes. I think I remember last week I put in triple cyber dragon. Uh, my first build of this had like two Lila, light sworn shit like that. But I didn't really feel comfortable using any of those. Like with artifacts, like I didn't like this is primarily an anecdotal example, so that doesn't really like count for anything. But I would always draw double. What's its name? Moral attack. So like that automatically means I have 3 dead cards in deck, and people can always like breakthrough skill the moral, so you don't really get any value out of it. Like I understand that Winda backed up with Sanctum is pretty good, but I ended up going with the Veiler because I felt Veiler would serve me better in hand because I can always use it against Stellar Knights. I can always use it against Falcon Flip and Exiton Knight, stuff like that. So I liked having the Veiler, and then also it's a tuner, so I can always go into Armadas if anything, or like Black Rose, like Veiler Kai's. So I felt that Veiler would be the best light, at least right now.
Armadis, well, that's Armadis is definitely rising in popularity due to the fact that it just summoning it and using its effect to just pretty much not let your opponent activate anything
Right,
brings
yeah.
out lots of benefits. All right. So looking at your deck list, you had it seems that you were running Felice, and did you ever open Felice or draw it?
Once I think, yeah. I mean, obviously you're always gonna run that risk of opening Felice, but at least it's I mean, the in my eyes the
All right. Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we disconnected.
All
But
right.
yeah, so for me the benefits like instant Black Rose, you can use its effect by itself and leave math floating. Even if you do draw it, you can always Shadal fuse with it. You can it's a card you can discard with Beast. So you have ways of getting in the grave for your BLS play or whatever.
All right. All right. So pretty much there were just lots of advantages with running that card.
Yeah. At least right now. I mean, especially if you're running Matt, I feel that you should be running Felice. If you're running Armageddon Knight, then you probably aren't going to be running that card.
All right. Okay. So how did the Caius and the Storm Fourth play out over the tournament?
Yo, that shit was pretty clutch. So to be honest with you, the double Stormforth wasn't my idea. I was looking up lists from the TCG Player Open, which was I think the first like pseudo competitive event that had the new set legal. And the guy who won, he was running 3 Caius and 2 Stormforth. And I saw that I was like, Stormforth is actually pretty cool because you can always get over like problem monsters basically. Like if someone drops a Majesty's Fiend on you or a Vanity's Fiend, you can always play that. Since it doesn't target, they can't like the only basic like out to it would be like playing Lance or something, but it doesn't target. So like stuff like Bujin Turtle couldn't protect Yamato, for example. And so you play that, drop the Kai's, banish for another plus, and then if you don't have the Kai's, you can always search your beast through your Hedgehog. So I think it served me well. I don't know if it would stay in the main going forward. I still have to do more testing, but I mean when it goes off, it's pretty good. But at the same time, not being able to use your extra that turn pretty much means that you have to commit to that one tribute play, and that's it. So I still need to test it some more.
All right, sounds good. So, what matchups or cards were you afraid of going into the tourney?
Um, well, can I say decks? Basically, yeah. So
Yeah, you could say Dex.
yeah, okay. So like I told you before, spellbook because they don't need to use the extra, and they like I don't have anything to prevent them from searching, so they can just continuously recycle their same fate, master, wisdom, etc. over and over. And I was also kind of afraid of Mermail because they also don't really need to use the extra. They can just drop their Abystius and wall up, or drop their lead off the Lind. They can do Lind against Winda, crash that in. Their one special summon for the turn is going to be lead anyway, so they don't care. They'll just run over Windows. So those two decks I was kind of scared about. Obviously, selling Paul.
Hello?
They yeah. Can
Uh,
you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was talking about Stellar like Stellar Knights can call the Honda on your end phase, search that way so that they can get around window. But aside from those three, and then I guess like the general annoying factor of Burning Abyss, um, everything else I felt confident about.
All right. So, speaking just tonight, what was your hardest matchup?
Definitely the final match against what's his name? Suck My Level.
Yeah.
Stupidest name ever. But yeah, he was running Bujin Shadal, which is pretty nasty. When you get the like the cards going, because you can Shadal fusion, send your graveyard Bujin's turtle hair, etc. If you have graveyard Bujins in your hand, you can discard those if you have Beast. If you run that, I'm not sure if you ran Beast, but just thinking off the top of my head. So that deck was definitely tough because like to beat Yamato, like if I didn't have Stormforth to send him away outright, I would have to be creative, like waste a lance, but nobody wants to do that, so you have to end up going into your extra, and then that leaves you vulnerable for comeback play fusion into Nephilim, set up your graveyard or whatever. So that was definitely my hardest matchup. I mean, basically you just have to play good Yu-Gi-Oh to win.
It's all about them plays. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, any thoughts on what you saw tonight? Any decks or techs that caught your eye?
I mean, what did I play? I played I played normal Bujins, I played Stellar Knights, and then I played I think something else, and then the Bujin Shadal. But as far as any tech, like everything was pretty standard. I mean, yeah, as far as I can remember, everything seemed pretty standard.
Okay. So, regarding your deck, is there anything you would change about it? Or anything that you would have done differently?
Um, like I said, maybe like side more for prophecy, but as it is, I don't really know how widely prophecy will be played. I think one did end up topping at ARG, so maybe that might boost the popularity of the deck. And as it is, side space is pretty tight right now. As far as the main deck goes, um, like I said, I'm still testing the two Stoneforth that might go out, but I do like having two Kaiser in the main. I think that's always pretty good to always have a tribute monster you can tribute over your fusion. That's obviously critical in the mirror. Um, so as far as my extra deck goes, um, maybe Blader. Like I only brought out Blader I think once, and that's mainly. And the reason he's there to begin with is for the mirror. Like if I can go Blader swing over their cards, it doesn't matter if I have a synchro or not. They can't should all fuse next turn anyway because of his effect. But so basically, to answer the question, if there was anything I would change, maybe it would be the two Stormforth.
Oh, okay. So, anything else you would like to say about your deck, or simply say anything else about the night?
Um, I think you referred to this earlier, but yeah, MVP card was definitely Armatis because he stops the Shadal flip effects. Um, he stops Crane, against like the Ujin matchup. Like they have to preemptively activate their hairs and stuff, so that that allows you to play around that. So I think, yeah, yeah. Shout out to him. Let's see, anything else? Oh, shout out to Yif and Titty Boy for not playing, so that way I could win. That was nice of them. And but other than that, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, this was the interview with the August 23rd, Saturday night WCS, and you've heard it here, folks, and we'll see you soon.